My name is Olivia Debree. I'm with Friends of Adeline, and we oppose item number 28 for a variety of reasons. First, it's inhumane. I'll get to that in a second. But I want to register that we're very concerned about the fact that this could clearly jeopardize HUD funding for affordable housing. What we keep hearing about, in reference to the Adeline corridor and affordable housing, as recently as this past Saturday, is that the issue's funding. Funding. So if the city is knowingly taking steps that are going to lead to less funding for affordable housing and less affordable housing, what are we to think in South Berkeley? Well, I'll tell you what we're thinking in South Berkeley. Here's what we see. We see that the city of Berkeley discriminates against black people in hiring and promotion. We see that in the city of Berkeley, there's a lack of political will to build adequate amounts of low-income housing and get just fees from developers to build it, and this disproportionately affects black people in Berkeley. And then we've got the NLG report on police stops in Berkeley showing that black people are being disproportionately stopped and searched and disproportionately stopped and released without citation or arrest at higher rates, and that's what we call racial profiling. And now we got item number 28. Now, I don't know if you know, but as of 2009, 59% of homeless people in Berkeley are black. And nationwide, African Americans are overrepresented by a factor of 4 among the homeless. So you know what we see from South Berkeley? We see institutional racism. And I don't know if you all believe that institutional racism exists, or maybe you just believe it exists in other cities or in legislation that you didn't write. But in South Berkeley, that's what we're seeing on 4 fronts and probably more, that this city is engaging in efforts to deter black people from working and living in this city. Now, around how inhumane this is, I'm a nurse practitioner. I practice in Berkeley. A fair amount of my patients are homeless. And I don't think you know who it is that you're impacting, or that's what I hope, because otherwise you are heartless. So you need to be aware there are high rates of age-adjusted mortality among homeless people. So let me tell you about a study going on in Oakland right now. This is out of UCSF. 11% of homeless people they have in this study have had a stroke. 14% have COPD or emphysema. 14%. I mean, I'm a healthcare provider. That is very high. 21% have hepatitis. Have you ever seen people with hepatitis who have decompensated cirrhosis, who have liver cancer? Well, all you need to do is go out on your sidewalks, look on your street, because they are there. People who are between the ages of 45 and 64 who are homeless have a 4.5 times greater rate of age-adjusted mortality. Cancer and heart disease are the most common reasons why they're dying. So what I'm saying is people you see out on the street, they have cancer. They have heart disease, and you're asking them to move a shopping cart every hour? Who are you kidding? You are cruel. You're asking them to keep their possessions in a 2-by-2 foot area, or to carry the rest, or have it in a locker? Are you insane? These people have incredible comorbidities. 14% of people in that study have diabetes. We're not talking about controlled diabetes. We're talking about people with amputations, with ulcerations, people who have neuropathy. These are not people who you should be kicking while they're down, and that is exactly what you're doing, and it's incredibly inhumane. 26% of people in this study have cognitive impairment. When you see a homeless person who's on the sidewalk, who's on the street, imagine that they are 20 to 30 years older than you think they are, and that they are very sick. That is who you're hurting.